One's upbringing normally influences his or her destination as an adult, with most young people fitting into the footsteps of their parents' careers as they eventually take over the running of their family businesses. In today's episode, we will showcase how a rural boy's peasant farming and produce marketing experience influenced him to become today's most sought-after businessman in the printing and branding world. The earnings from his small plot that he was allocated by his mother way back then as a young rural boy shaped the man that Martin Magondo has become now, as he always worked to achieve the best out of his efforts from an early age. But it was not an easy road to success for this humble gentleman as he set out to start his journey into business.
Nyanji wekunyora ngati ndaudzidzira muno Harare. But when it comes to doing business, I think it's a long story. Tichikura vana mai vedu vari ma-subsistent farmers. Kuri vati vairima zvavarima ubva vasiya zvekudya, ubva vasiya kuti zvimwe zvavanozotengesa kunana GMB kuya kuya. So it's like what my mother used to do is like he used to give us portions. Munda uyu munda wako, uyu munda wako, uyu munda wako. So to us, we would take that as a business project, and it started when I was actually maybe in grade 3. So it's like taizoti tasakura tarima zvinhu zvedu zvakohwewa tokohwa kupera kwegore totengesa zvinhu zvedu zviya zviya. Amai vedu vaitigwanisa mari yako iyi wawana iyi from munda wako iyi yako iyi. I would say pfungwa yebusiness ndo payakatangira ipapo, because my mother taught me kuti for you to get something unofana kutanga washanda ubva watengesa, watengesa wachiwana something. And so it's like ngati kutanga kupfeka watch, it was through that family. Kuti ndakatokwanisa kutenga watch, I think I was in grade 4. My own watch yandakatenga nemari yandashandira inini, I was in grade 4. Saka ngati ndokutanga kwetakaita kunzwisa kuti business inonzwa so tinoda iso kuchichengetedza zvirimwa zvako kuchiita sei.
Upon resignation from his first printing job, Martin worked at 2 different places before deciding to venture into printing as a sole trader.
I was not yet registered. It was a very small business, just a desk, and I operated a desk.
What were you printing mostly?
Ngari like my flyers, my business cards, in black and white. I print that up. Then because later my letterheads, most of the things that time right when in black and white.
So at what time, Nyati, did you now make a turn?
Ndichita printing by direct about that passion yakakura zvakanyanyisa stereki. It's like I actually became popular in town. That's what I think. I think I became very popular in town. Then what I used to do is like trying to popular. It's like this is not this was any job I would bring my solutions to many people. And some people I don't know why sell the numbers. Why don't want it's not necessary. Why boss here? Cannot organize client. One of my clients are not stories. But you know that every client I will make sure that the same. So it's like I became popular.
After the 2007 blitz on illegal businesses in the country, commonly referred to as Mrambatsvina, Martin found himself on the move again, but this time it was for the better as he got office space at the corner of Jason Moyo Avenue and Simon Muzenda Street, then 4th Street, and his current empire was to sprout from there, initially with just 3 people: himself, his wife, and a lady called Mavis Pangaya. As a growing business, this was the point when he introduced color printers, and he has never looked back ever since.
Petakatanga kuita wide format printing. Petakazo decided to register. It was like immediately when you started doing wide format printing, takatanga kudinana ma corporates. Ma corporates akatanga kutipa business. So that's when we decided, no, I think it's high time for us to be registered as a professional company. Then we introduce a sales team. And then ask two.
Advantage ya mawanda pa uve a registered entity in terms of growth of your business
kuwa registered kwakati koshera zvakanyanyisa because ukawa registered you are now able to deal direct client. It's important to separate yourself from the business. So it's like registering. When we registered as well, it's not like registering only, but it's like we are now saying this is an entity yakazvimirira. Inino magondo ndiri an entity yakazvimirira iri yega. Anditika entity yakazvimirira yega. Afanana kana kuti semunhu akazvimirira yega. Anotoda respect yake, anotoda kubatwa zvakanaka. And so it's like when you register now, and you are saying you now respect your project. You now respect your business. I was just going to kumba those who business charge. But it's like after registering now, you are now paying taxes. Taxes, VAT, then as well it's like my corporates are going to deal and also registered. Our council for business, my corporates. So to pay your business, my corporates, go to registered. Saka my corporates the one of us of my long-term contracts. But it's like you want to know you'll be supplying these things. Go and the only what you but can already an individual now. It's not in say to share direct nature in my corporates. Because when it goes out by direct tax, I was the kind of so that's why we decided to register our company.
What do you want to say about growing business ready to Zimbabweans? Do we have the capacity to supply those things locally?
It's very difficult for indigenous companies to grow. This is not support the local market. I would say, I think try the indigenous companies.
So passionate about printing did Martin become, such that from a desk in the corner in one of the tall buildings in Harare, he now is the man being sought after by corporates looking at printing their images, by small runners doing the odd job, and even by students coming straight from college, meaning he is the man in the limelight at present. He is the kind of guy Zimbabwe is looking for as we look at reviving our economy. We take a short commercial break. When we return, we look closer at how the printing organization has now evolved to contain other aspects in the media industry. Welcome back. Today we are focusing on a local giant whose appetite for printing and science have grown him into one of the who's who in this media industry. Martin Magondo's story isn't one of rags to riches, but that of perseverance that has seen him amass printing and signage as well as corporate wear equipment up from an old dot matrix printer and a borrowed old computer in the early 20s. Our crew visited the printing company in Harare CBD and we spoke to Mavis Pangaya, who was a part of the earliest parts of the setting up of this exciting company that only has the sky as a limiting factor to its growth.
Nekuti takatanga tichita digital printing but nyaya yekutsungira takuita live takuita signage company yedu yatokura takatanga tine workers mashoma takatanga tiri 2 nemabosses edu tichibatsirana asi ezvinezvi company yedu chato more than 25 saka nyaya yekungotsungirira uchiziya kwakananga takasvika pana company ichitanga kukura ezvinezvi yatone more than 10 years iri diki diki tichashandisa macomputers akare kare, even mamachines angare ekudharadhara, but ezvinezvi tane mabig machines, macomputers edu akutoiswa kunyange masoftwares anotorema.
Vanhu vazhinji vanofunga kuti ma-indigenous owned companies haagone kudeliver. What's your take on that?
Ma-indigenous companies ndo anotonyasogona kudeliver manje, nekuti isusu tinenge tichidhilira nevanhu vekwedu, tinonyatsonzwisisa kuti munhu akati ndiri kuda gondo ndinobudisa sezvariri, ende nguva yandinomupa kuti akuya kuzocollecta ndinoibata. Tiri vanhu vekuti tinenge tichinzwisisana kuti tiri vanhu veganda rimwe chete. Family supporters singaite nekuti now I'm driving kuburikidza nekuti ndakatsunungirira makampani ichatanga kusvika ezvinoti tichiri tese, ende kuperiwo kwemwedziwo kumene ndakabatawo something zvekuti kumbomhuri ndinenge semubatsiri kuna baba ndinenge ndine pandinobatsirawo navo, ndikatofona kutovaudza kuti ndazoita client yatinonokei kupinda ndokupedza nguva dzakati vanozvigamuchira. Dzimweni dzenguva murume wangu anotouya kuzonditora ondimirira toenda tese kumba.
Brian Nyakudya is a young graduate who is now heading a dynamic team of ladies and gentlemen who interact with the organization's clients on a daily basis.
It really feels great to be here. As you mentioned, that the economy hasn't been performing exactly to our will, but we have been trying to, adjust to the situation, innovate and bring products that cater for our clients in this economy of ours. Basically what we sell here at the company is prints, right? So it's like our clients need to get their business to the people. Best way to do that is using print. We have the digital, we have videos and the likes, so us here we mainly focus on prints. So it can be on paper or it can be even on vinyls, billboards, anything we do here. So what we do here is that we produce prints for business that they will spread around to their market. Back then people used to take their printing outside the company or outside the country, of which it had an impact on our economy. So we found that as an opportunity, instead of us going the extra mile, going to our neighboring countries for such jobs like this, we decided to be a pioneering company and to provide these printing materials for clients here. Basically, we don't select anyone. We have big clients, we have small clients, we have medium enterprises. We don't select. Basically, that was the vision by Mr. Martin. His vision has always been to serve people. So he doesn't really consider whether you've got money or not. So we do have a huge clientele and we serve everyone.
You have captured the big corporates, you have captured the small fish, everyone is here. What has this done to the economy?
This has had quite a huge impact on our economy because it has also created an environment for competition. We have competitors who are also in the same business. Secondly, on the matter of employment, we have quite a huge workforce here. We also give we have indirect workers who come here on a frequent basis to do their job. So I think there has been an impact that we have placed on the economy. And basically, instead of taking the money outside of the country, it's now in here. We're getting to circulate it, and it's good that a Zimbabwean company is growing, and as we grow, our partners are also growing.
Right, why is it important for an organization to be under an umbrella body of an organization that represents people in the same trade?
All right. It is quite very important because we have joined some other organizations that offered services like that. It puts us in a community of businesses. We get to interact as different businesses, others who are in the retailing market, others who are also in the packaging. We get to discuss, see how best we can work together. Secondly, it also helps us in terms of professionalism. Some other organizations like these ones help us how to have good customer care services. It has quite a huge impact on our business and even brand visibility. Some of those organizations carry such opportunities.
As the corporate affairs manager here, tell us why it has been important for you to be a registered entity. You pay your taxes, you pay all your dues. What has been the biggest advantage?
I can tell you this for sure, that being a registered business is one of the biggest advantages. I can say is one of the most core important things about our line of business, because it helps us trade with big organizations, even help us trade with government.
Trading with government, people think government is not in connection as a very good customer. How has trading with government been like for your organization?
That's just a typical stereotype. government is a really good client.
As part of their corporate social responsibility program, Martin's organization now accepts students from local institutions of higher learning for their industrial attachment programs in such areas as graphics and designing, as well as sales and marketing, among others.
We actually do have some interns here. I also started off as an intern, and after graduation, that's when I joined full-time. So yeah, we have opportunities whereby people who feel like they have skills that can benefit the company, we look into that and we can employ, and we also go to universities in search of some people to take up some small positions within the company, and that has given them an opportunity to have a hands-on in terms of industry work.
Zimbabweans are known for having the best literacy rate on the African continent, and if we put this placing to good use, then our country's economy will surely move out of the murky waters we find ourselves in, driven by Zimbabweans for Zimbabwe. We take another short commercial break. Please join us again shortly. Welcome back. This is the third and final part of this week's edition of your informative program, Zimbabwe, the Awakening Giant, where today we are looking at an organization in the printing, signage, and corporate wear manufacturing industry. From humble beginnings, where Martin Magondo, the founder of this organization, used an old dot matrix printer and a borrowed old computer to start off his operations, the medium enterprise has grown, and now they produce some of the best works in printing and signage. Apart from having offices in Harare CBD, they have a workshop in the light industrial areas where lithographic printing, vehicle branding, and corporate wear manufacturing are taking place. Our crew caught up with the signage department supervisor, Victor Gangarawe, who started by explaining his job to us.
Kana tiri kusignage kunoko basa tinoita isusu tinogadza mabillboards, masign, door signs, kutanga kubva madoor sign kusvika kumabillboards, road, highway billboards, interior signs, inside exterior signs, building, premise signs. Yes.
Unoda kuti tsanangurira iwe semunhu ari kushanda nemasainzi chii chinonzi saini yakanakirei? Vamwe vanosvikoona saini yandozivisisa chazvo iri pamahwani igiveaway sign kwacho rata racho taunodyoresa madota kumba. Saini yakanakirei from a point of view yemunhu anogadzira masaini?
In short, saini yakanakira kuti munhu azivikanwe kuti ndiani ari apapo uye anoita nezvechii. Andiriva zvakanakira zvakare kuti kuna asingazive, handika asati abvunza kutofamba sei, anongoona sign kunzi anonzi madirection signs aya kundotena left ndotena right. Ndika vamwe vanobva vati a business without a sign is a sign of no business.
Muri kutungamirira vanhu vangani kudepartment kwenyu? Munoshandidzana sei navo vanhu? Munoshandidzana sei nevakuru venyu varidzi vakatanga basa rino charo chairo?
In so far department kwangu ndikutungamirira vanhu kwanata 6. Andika kama wedu wakanaka kwazvo, vanhu vakuru vangu vatoshanda navo, kama wedu tochita zvakanaka parachakaipa so far.
Munonzwa sei mimi kuti at a time when most companies are shutting down, vari kundovhara vachitoenda vachirongedza zvinhu zvavo, mwana wemutema atanga basa totira itwa nemakambani makuru makare kare. Hati izvozvo mimi ndimi makutoonekwa muri pamberi munyaya dzekuita masaini idzodzi nekuita printing yese. How do you feel about this whole setup?
I feel proud. Ndozwa kuzarirwa, kunakidzwa nebasa iri zvakanyanyisa, zvitori mumaveins mangu kuti kana ndikatoswera ndisina kuita panguva yecovid apa ndakatobatikana zvisingaiti.
Pane vakomana vane vasikana vakawanda vari kugarawo muzvibridge vachikota kuna mabasa. But unotoona kuti vamwe vacho vane chipo chekubata brasho charo nependi vachitoita zvavanoita. Chii chaungada kuvaudza iwe maererano nekushandisa zvipo zviri mavari nekuve nefocus muupenyu?
Right. To those who are out there, ndakungotaura kumanaka, it's high time you should stand up, go inside. There are opportunities mukati. Ndiyo, mabasa ariko, there are plenty of jobs. Ngavauye tivadzidzise mabasa emaoko akawandisa zvisingaiti, kana vakaonza tanga mapepa tivadzidzise kusvika kwavakugona.
The man in charge of the lithographic printing section at the factory was also on hand, and this is what he had to say about their contributions to the printing sector as well as the country at large.
Isusu kuno ku factory tinoita mass production ye lithographic printing, zvichireva kuti tichiprinta pamapepa. mapepa edu aya not ma-another substrates dzinoshandiswa navamwe. Saka printing yedu takatanga nenid yokuona kuti in the industry there is a lot of gap iripo pakuti vanhu vasende message yokuti ivo ndivo vanani chaivo chaivo to their clients. Saka isi papo we want to bridge that gap. Saka zvatinotaura tirikutaura kuti tinoti huyai nezvamunofungidzira kuti ndo zvamuri, isusu we design it tozvisa pabepa and then you can send out to the whole world, and then iwayo mapepa iwayo will be your ambassadors in the whole world. Saka basically ndo matangiro atakangoita.
Kana machine ichiuya minyowani kudai zvinorevei kunyaya dzekuwanikwa kwemabasa kumwana weZimbabwe? Kana makambani achiuya kwamuri kudai zvinorevei kunyaya dzekuwanikwa kwemabasa kumwana weZimbabwe? Kune vanhu vazhinji vakabva kuzvikoro semi kudai vakagara kumba vasina mabasa, zvinorevei zvavakuita?
Yeah, ndofunga kuuya kwemishini minyowani to us it really means a lot, because like all these things so we've been thinking kuti zvine vamwe vanhu vanofanirwa kunge vachizviita vasiri isusu. Saka kata kuonawo even vedu vana vedu vachiita spearhead such kind of things zvinoraise mabeliefs matiri, even zvinopena njere kuti ma-opportunities are very real in our daily life. But it's only a matter of how are you doing there.
Tasunungurwa Dewa is a designer who graduated from the Chinhoyi University of Science and Technology. He now mines the large format printers at the organization.
I'm a graphic designer and machine minder. So this is my workspace. I do designs with my desktop here, and this is the machine that I use for printing. This you can actually learn locally. I learned this, of course I went to school. I went to Chinhoyi University where I did art and design. But basically the operation of the machines, you learn as you get into the industry. With experience with guidance from the other guys who have been in the industry for some time. So basically I just learned designing from the university. But when it comes to the operation with the machines and other stuff that we do here, you learn within the industry. Basically I think the tertiary aspect comes into improve the quality of the product that we produce. Because the more you're educated, the more you're eager to do something better, and you have a broader base of knowledge. Like you're not limited, and you always have this hunger to research, because the tradition of research has been installed in you when you were at college. So basically going to university, it opened our minds, it made us professionals in the way we handle our jobs. It's different from whereby you just wake up from the street and start doing something. You need certain codes and conduct that guides you at a professional level to do this way.
There was this notion what do you want to say about this? I mean, we are 40 years into independence now.
I think it's a generational thing. Maybe back then, because we grew up with numbers of whites in the country quite reduced. So basically the bosses we knew were just black bosses. And I think it's a stereotype that just need to be wiped off people's heads, because we are the people, we are the Zimbabweans. And anything that we are doing for ourselves. So if you need someone else from somewhere to make things happen, then probably we are not the natives of the nation.
This program serves to bring hope to the hopeless and to prove beyond any doubt that where there is a will, there is a way. As we had in this episode where we showcase the rise to prominence of Martin Magondo, a printing guru whose perseverance has paid off handsomely for him. Now, he runs a well-oiled machine in the printing and signage industry. We hope you enjoyed what we had for you today. Unfortunately, we have to call it a day for this week. So until we meet again next time, same place, same station, pleasant viewing.